Hey folks, welcome back to the channel where we don't just skim the surface of the latest cars. We dive deep, tear them apart piece by piece, roast the flaws, celebrate the wins, and give you the unfiltered truth so you can decide if it's worth your hard-earned cash. If you're tuning in for the first time, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join our growing community of gearheads who love honest reviews without the corporate spin. We've got merch in the works too. Stay tuned for that. Today, we're zeroing in on a sedan that's been flying under the radar, but just got a serious facelift that's turning heads, the 2026 Nissan Sentra. Nissan dropped this bad boy recently, and the big news is it's coming to the US and Latin America markets exactly as presented. No watered-down versions for different regions. But before you get too excited and start picturing yourself cruising down the highway in this sleek machine, let's pump the brakes and get real. Is this truly an all-new generation that's going to shake up the compact sedan world? Or is it more like your favorite band releasing a remastered album? Same songs, just polished up? Spoiler, it's the latter, but that doesn't mean it's not a solid contender. We're talking bolder styling that screams youth and sportiness, an interior overhaul that feels premium without the premium price tag, and the same dependable engine that's been chugging along reliably for years. But no major mechanical changes mean it's not reinventing the wheel, just giving it a fresh set of rims. Buckle up, because we're going on a full tour. From its history and design evolution to powertrain details, driving impressions, interior comforts, safety tech, practicality for everyday American life, pricing breakdowns, head-to-head battles with rivals like the Toyota Corolla, Honda Civic, Mazda 3, and VW Jetta, plus real-world scenarios, pros and cons, and my final verdict. By the time we're done, you'll feel like you've test-driven it yourself. Let's hit the gas. To really appreciate where the 2026 Sentra stands, we got to rewind a bit and talk history, because cars don't just appear out of thin air, they build on legacies. The Nissan Sentra traces its roots all the way back to 1982, when it debuted as a rebadged version of the Sunny from Japan. Back then, it was a no-frills economy car, the kind of ride that got you from point A to B without drama or flair. Think basic transportation for budget-conscious folks during the gas crises of the 70s hangover. Through the 80s and 90s, it evolved, getting bigger, more refined, and even a bit sporty with models like the SER that had a cult following among tuners. Remember the B13 Sentra SER? That thing was a pocket rocket with a SR20DE engine, handling like a go-kart and becoming a staple in grassroots racing. Fast forward to the 2000s, and the Sentra settled into its role as a reliable compact sedan, competing in a crowded field where fuel efficiency and affordability ruled. The 2013 redesign brought sharper looks inspired by bigger brothers like the Altima, and by 2020, the 8th generation B18 platform amped up the style with a more aggressive stance, better tech, and that signature V-motion grille. It was a hit, selling over 100,000 units annually in the US alone, proving sedans aren't dead yet despite the SUV takeover. But by 2025, with rivals like the Civic getting turbo boosts and hybrids popping up everywhere, Nissan knew it was time for a mid-cycle refresh. Enter the 2026 model. Not a ground-up redesign, but a comprehensive facelift that's like giving an old friend a makeover. New clothes, new attitude, but the same heart. In a market where electric vehicles are stealing headlines, this gas-powered holdout reminds us that not everyone wants to plug in. Some just want a trusty daily driver that won't break the bank. Now let's zoom in on the exterior, because honestly, this is where Nissan flexed hardest to make the Sentra feel fresh and exciting. And the 2026 model amps up the sporty, youthful vibe, targeting millennials and Gen Z who want something that looks cool without screaming midlife crisis. Up front, the grille is wider and more pronounced, with chrome accents on base trims and blacked-out elements on the SR for that stealthy look. The LED headlights are slimmer and sharper, incorporating daytime running lights that give it a high-tech glare, perfect for cutting through foggy mornings in the Pacific Northwest or brightening up dark rural roads in the Midwest. Nissan redesigned the entire front bumper, adding larger faux air intakes that suggest performance, even if the engine doesn't deliver track star speeds. It's a clever optical illusion, making the car appear more aggressive and lower to the ground, though ground clearance remains a practical 4.9 inches, enough to handle speed bumps and light snow without scraping. Moving to the sides, the profile stays familiar, but gets refined with new creases along the doors that add muscle, like the Sentra's been hitting the weights. Wheel arches are subtly flared on the SR trim, emphasizing a planted stance, and the roofline slopes gently toward the rear for better aerodynamics. Nissan claims a slight improvement in drag coefficient, which could translate to a mpg or 2 extra on highway runs. Speaking of wheels, options range from 16-inch Steelies with covers on the base S, practical for winter tire swaps in snowy states like Michigan, to stylish 17-inch alloys on SV, and aggressive 18-inch black wheels on SR and SL that look ready for a night out in Vegas. Tires are all-season Continentals or similar, focused on comfort and longevity rather than grip. Great for everyday commuting, but not for autocross enthusiasts. At the back, the changes are just as dramatic. New taillights with LED signatures connect via a subtle light bar, giving it a modern upscale feel that echoes luxury brands without the price tag. The rear bumper is bulkier, with diffuser-like elements and dual exhaust tips on SR. Fake, but they look cool. It does remind me a tad of the Toyota Corolla's rear, or even some Dodge models, but Nissan puts its own spin on it, edgier lines that avoid looking too generic. Color palette? 10 options, including fresh ones like Scarlet Ember Tint Coat, a fiery red perfect for standing out in traffic, and bolder grey pearl for a subtle urban camouflage. Two-tone roofs are available on SR for that custom vibe, like black over blue for a sporty contrast. Dimensions-wise, it's unchanged. 182.7 inches long, 71.5 inches wide, 56.9 inches tall, compact enough for city parking in places like San Francisco, but roomy inside. Compared to the 2025 model, this facelift makes the old one look a bit frumpy. It's like upgrading from jeans and a t-shirt to a tailored suit. But is it enough to compete visually with the Honda Civic's angular origami design or the Mazda 3's elegant curves? Absolutely. It's got personality now, making it a head-turner in a sea of bland crossovers. Sliding into the cabin is where the 2026 Sentra really surprises and delights. Nissan transformed what was a functional but forgettable interior into something that feels legitimately premium, like it belongs in a class above. The dashboard is completely new, with a layered design that incorporates soft-touch plastics, metallic accents, and even available wood-like trim on SL models for a touch of elegance. It's driver-centric, with controls angled toward you for easy reach, no stretching awkwardly while navigating rush hour in Atlanta. The steering wheel is redesigned too, thicker and leather-wrapped on higher trims, with intuitive buttons for audio, cruise, and voice commands that feel solid under your fingers. Infotainment? Base S gets an 8-inch touchscreen with wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but SV and upgrade to a crisp 12.3-inch unit that's wireless-enabled, stream your podcasts or navigation seamlessly without plugging in. The interface is Nissan's customizable home screens, over-the-air updates, and a voice assistant that's actually useful, responding to commands like turn on the heated seats or find a gas station with cheap fuel. Gauges go digital on SR and SL with another 12.3-inch display that's configurable. Show speed, fuel economy, or even a G-force meter for fun, though you won't be pulling many Gs. Seats are a highlight. Nissan's zero-gravity front buckets, ergonomically shaped to mimic weightlessness and reduce fatigue. I've logged hours in similar seats in the Altima, and they're game changers for long drives, like from Dallas to New Orleans without needing a chiropractor. Fabric on base models is durable and stain-resistant, ideal for families with kids or pets, while SR gets sporty cloth with red stitching, and SL offers leather-appointed surfaces that feel soft and supple. Heated front seats are standard on SV and up, with ventilation on SL for those scorching Arizona summers. Rear seating is spacious for the class, with 37.4 inches of legroom, enough for adults on a road trip, and amenities like rear USB-C ports, air vents, and armrest cup holders to keep passengers content. Trunk space is generous at 14.3 cubic feet, expandable via 60/40 split folding seats for hauling skis to Colorado or luggage for a family vacation to Florida. Tech doesn't stop there. Wireless charging pad on SL, keyless entry, just push start across the board, and an optional Bose premium audio with 8 speakers and a subwoofer that delivers crisp sound, perfect for blasting hip-hop on your commute or classical for relaxation. Ambient lighting in 7 colors sets the mood, and materials throughout feel high quality with minimal hard plastics. Noise insulation is improved too, thanks to thicker glass and more sound deadening. Highway wind rush is muted, making conversations easy at 70 mph. Compared to the pre-facelift Sentra, this interior is a quantum leap. The old one felt budget, while this rivals the Civic's tech-heavy cockpit or the Corolla's simple efficiency. But Nissan keeps it user-friendly. No overwhelming menus like some luxury brands. It's practical for American life, room for car seats, easy-to-clean surfaces for spills, and connectivity that integrates with your smartphone seamlessly. Under the hood, things stay familiar. Nissan stuck with the tried-and-true 2.0-litre inline-4, naturally aspirated and delivering 149 horsepower at 6,400 RPM and 146 lb-ft of torque at 4,400 RPM. No turbo, no electrification, just straightforward power that's been refined over years. It's mated exclusively to an Xtronic CVT, continuously variable transmission, that's been tweaked for 2026 with quicker response and less rubber banding feel, though manuals are out, which might bum out purists. Why no changes? Nissan says the engine's reliable and efficient enough, and they're right. It's a workhorse with a proven track record, avoiding the complexity and potential issues of turbos or hybrids. Acceleration is adequate, 0 to 60 mph in about 9 seconds, which is fine for city merging onto I-95 or passing on 2-lane roads in rural Texas. But don't expect to win drag races against a Civic Scythe. Top speed, around 120 mph, but you'll rarely push it there. Fuel economy is a strong suit, though not the best in class. EPA estimates 29 mpg city, 39 highway, 33 combined for S and SV, with their lighter wheels, dipping to 28, 37, 32 for SR and SL. That's solid, better than many crossovers, and on a 12.4-gallon tank, you can go 400+ miles between fills, saving time and money on cross-country hauls like from Chicago to Denver. Real-world tests from outlets like Car and Driver back this up, often hitting mid-30s on highways. Maintenance is a breeze, regular unleaded fuel, oil changes every 7,500 miles with standard synthetic, and no fancy requirements like premium gas for turbos. Parts are cheap and everywhere. Think AutoZone or even Amazon for filters and belts. Reliability. Nissan's CVTs have improved early issues, and this engine rarely grenades. Expect 200,000+ miles with care, backed by a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty. It's not thrilling, but in an era of rising repair costs, simplicity wins. Driving the Sentra is all about comfort over excitement. It's tuned for everyday ease rather than track days. The steering is light and precise, making parking in tight Boston garages a non-issue, but feedback is muted. It's not as communicative as a Mazda 3's setup. Suspension is independent all around, with a multi-link rear that's a class standout. The Mazda 3 switched to a cheaper torsion beam, sacrificing ride quality. This means the Sentra soaks up bumps like potholes in Detroit or expansion joints on California freeways without jarring you. Body roll is controlled in corners, and it feels stable at highway speeds with minimal wind noise. Brakes are progressive with 11-inch front discs, grabbing confidently in panic stops. Tires are efficiency-focused, so grip is adequate for dry roads but slippery in rain. Consider all weathers if you live in the rainy northwest. Drive modes: normal and eco on base, with sport on SR that sharpens throttle response for a bit more pep. Overall, it's a comfy cruiser for commutes, errands or family road trips, not a canyon carver, but reliable and forgiving for new drivers or those who just want to set cruise control and relax. Safety is non-negotiable these days, and Nissan equips every 2026 Sentra with Safety Shield 360 as standard. No upcharges for basics. This includes automatic emergency braking with pedestrian and cyclist detection, great for urban areas like NYC, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert with auto braking, a lifesaver in crowded Walmart lots, lane departure warning with intervention, high beam assist, and rear door alert to remind you of kids or pets in the back. Higher trims add adaptive cruise control, traffic sign recognition, and a 360-degree camera system that's crystal clear for maneuvering in tight spots. Up to 10 airbags, including rear side bags, plus a reinforced structure with high-strength steel aim for 5-star NHTSA and IIHS top safety pick ratings. In real-world scenarios, like hydroplaning on wet Florida highways or avoiding deer in Pennsylvania backroads, this tech could save your bacon. Compared to rivals, it's on par with Toyota's Safety Sense or Honda's Sensing, proactive and reliable, without being overly intrusive. Practicality is the Sentra's secret weapon in a world obsessed with SUVs. The cabin is one of the roomiest in the compact class. Front shoulder room, 56.4 inches, rear, 53.6, fitting 4 adults comfortably or 3 kids with boosters. Storage abounds, deep door pockets, a spacious glove box, and center console with cup holders that handle big gulps. The trunk swallows 14.3 cubic feet, enough for golf clubs, groceries for a week, or suitcases for a Vegas weekend. Fold the seats for more versatility, like hauling home plants from Home Depot or bikes for a trail ride. For American lifestyles, it's spot on. Easy entry, exit for taller folks, ISOFIX anchors for car seats, and fuel efficiency that stretches your dollar during inflation. Tech, like built-in Alexa compatibility on SL, lets you control smart home devices from the road. Turn on lights before arriving home after a late shift. Pricing keeps the Sentra accessible and competitive. Base S starts around $22,500, including destination, SV at $23,800, SR $25,200, and SL topping out at $27,500. That's undercutting the Civic's $24,500 entry and matching the Corolla's affordability. Options like moonroof packages or premium paint add $1,000 to $2,000, but even loaded, it's under $30K, bargain territory. Factor in rebates, low-interest financing, and strong resale. KBB projects 55% retention after 3 years, and ownership costs stay low. In Latin America, prices might climb 10–20% due to taxes, but the value holds. Stacking it up against the competition, the Toyota Corolla, 22K start to 169 HP hybrid, 32 to 41 mpg, is the reliability benchmark. Bulletproof, but bland like vanilla ice cream. Sentra offers more style and space, but no hybrid efficiency. Honda Civic, 24.5K, 158, 200 in HP options, 31 to 40 mpg, is sharper to drive with better resale, but pricier and less roomy in back. Mazda 3, 24K, 191 HP, 28 to 37 mpg, handles like a sports car, but sacrifices rear suspension quality and trunk space. VW Jetta, 22K, 158 HP turbo, 2940 mpg, is the roomiest with punchier torque. But VW's reliability replags. Kia's Forte or Hyundai's Elantra bring flashy tech and warranties, but Nissan's balance of style, comfort, and cost edges them for some. Pros: stylish redesign, premium-feeling interior, spacious cabin trunk, strong safety suite, affordable maintenance, solid fuel economy. Cons: no power upgrades, CVT can drone, not the quickest or most engaging drive, no manual or hybrid options. In scenarios: for a young professional commuting 50 miles daily in traffic-heavy LA, the comfy seats and tech make it ideal. Families in suburban Ohio appreciate the space and safety for school runs. Budget buyers in rural Texas love the low costs and reliability for long hauls. Bottom line, I give the 2026 Sentra a thumbs up. It's the first one I'd personally buy for its blend of looks, comfort, and value. It won't dethrone the Corolla globally, but in Nissan's strong markets like Mexico or parts of the US South, it'll gain ground. If you want balanced without boring, this is it. What do you think? Sentra in your future? Comment below. I'll respond. Like, subscribe, follow on Instagram, our CarDude Official, Facebook, TikTok. Thanks for watching. Stay safe on the roads.